Hi, guys.
Hi, Leeza.
Woohoo! I'm so excited to be joined by my favorite rockin' chick band, Small Children, otherwise known as Nicola, Joni, and Leeza. Okay, so guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and seeing me face to face here on a Zoom. All right, so let's start with Nicola. Nicola, tell me what you do in the band.
I'm the drummer in the band.
Excellent. And sometimes singer?
Mostly some backup singing. Yes.
But also you do lead. You do one song. Yes.
Once.
We will get to that.
Yes.
All right. Now on to Leeza.
Leeza and Leeza match. That's rhymes. I sing and play guitar.
Okay. And then on to Joni.
First of all, I apologize. It's Leeza. Did I call you Liza?
Yeah. And you know what? It's okay.
I'm sorry. I've known you for a very long time.
I know
better than that. I was looking at your name on the thing. I know, Leeza.
Visually, it looks like that. And I've had that Liza thing my whole life, right? And it's all because of Liza Minnelli and the spelling, okay? And I one time actually accidentally ended up at her wedding. And so I got my own back. Again, it was an accident. I just thought I was going to the Sky Bar for drinks, and then we end up we're at her wedding, and I was there with some friends, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta go. We can't take the free drinks." I'm like, you know what? We can, because I've been called Liza my whole life.
You've endured.
Yeah, because of her.
That's right.
So I was owed some free drinks.
There you have it.
Fair enough.
Took a few drinks, and then we left. But anyway,
Fair enough.
So don't worry about it. Yes, Leeza. It's not Liza. It's
sorry, Leeza. So just to answer your question,
yeah.
I play bass and I sing as well.
Excellent. Okay, now Leeza and Joni are sisters.
Allegedly.
It depends.
But how did you meet Nicola?
Well, you want to answer, Nicola?
Sure. So we are also all elementary school teachers. And so Leeza and I first met at school. We started working at the same school at the same year. Oh. And we were supporting each other's music. I had stopped for a while. I was always going out to Lisa's shows. And then I started again and in a different band, and Leeza was really encouraging. But one day we were covering recess duty together and just complaining about this and that and feeling stressed out and burdened on a Friday afternoon. And we thought, you know what, we should take this and to turn it into something and just go play music together. Not anticipating that we would be playing for years and years and have albums and tours out. But we just went in, and as soon as we went into that studio, we were just like, this is fun. Let's do that again.
And so that's where the name No Small Children was born, because of the elementary school teaching. I'm guessing that's where that came from?
It's kind of more like, it's a place for grown-ups where grown-ups can drink and grown-ups can swear and a ball won't smash into your head when you're talking to your friend. So it's like, it's more of
depends on what bar you're playing at on whether or not you're going to get a bottle thrown at you.
This is true. A ball.
Oh, a ball.
Those red dodge balls. Like, they're to dodge.
The one that makes a ping sound when it hits the pavement.
Oh my God, wait a minute. How many times have you guys been hit by a dodgeball while teaching or while on recess duty?
Well, you're pretty much on guard when you're on recess duty at all times. So you never have your back to it. So
if we're on recess duty together, one's looking this way and one's looking that way, and you're just talking to each other.
All right.
All my sports training, when I was in high school, really has helped me in recess duty. Like being able to
all my years of not wanting to get hit with a ball have really helped prepare me for.
That's helped prepare you. So you guys are elementary school teachers. Joni, you were living in a different state, and then you came and joined the girls, right? Is that what happened?
I was living in Boston, and actually, Leeza and Nicola started the band before me. I'm just the long-term sub bass player.
Right. The jury's still out on Joni.
Yeah, exactly. But I had been, Leeza and I grew up in Massachusetts, but she had been living in LA for many years, and had tried to convince me to move out prior to that, but it was just the timing was never right. And then then the timing was right, you know. So I moved out to LA, and then she said, well, you know, I need you to sub on bass in the band for a little bit. And I was like, I don't know how to play the bass.
We were going through a rough patch.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And she's like, and I was like, well, I don't know how to play the bass. And she's like, oh, you figure it out. It'll be fine. So she loaned me a rig, and I actually went out and bought a bass. And I play upright, and I'm a strings player. So
I was going to say, you're an incredible bass player. How was it?
Thank you.
Just learned that, but okay, if you played upright, you kind of have the idea.
You would think, which is what I had hoped for.
Okay.
Turns out this is a bass violin. This is a bass guitar, and there are many similarities, but many more differences. And I think once I just stopped trying to translate what I knew into this new instrument, it got a lot easier. And I just learned it as a brand new instrument, and I found myself practicing with an intensity I hadn't felt in a long time. And I mean, I've been a professional musician my entire adult life. I just wasn't actively playing the bass.
You all play multiple instruments, right? So what other instruments did you play?
Well, voice is my primary instrument, but I'm also a strings player and piano, a little bit of guitar, a little bit of, I'm a music teacher, so you have to play a little bit of everything. I do less of the woodwind and brass stuff.
Okay.
That's more Lisa's department. And
okay, so Lisa, tell me your rundown. What you play? You play everything. Should I just say everything, or?
Well, it's like I'm a band teacher. You know what I mean? Band in band teaching world, band teachers play all the instruments.
Right.
So it's always been super fun to me to play a lot of instruments. I've always been drawn to it. If there was an instrument like Leeza, if I was over at your house and hanging out and I see an instrument, I'd be like, oh, can I pick that up and try it? That would be how, just everywhere I go, that's how I've always been. And, saying to Joni, oh, you'll figure it out, because that's how musicians are. It's more of an energy, and that, you figure out. It's almost, I have this philosophy that it's almost better sometimes when you come at it with a different angle, because we're thinking like song people. We're thinking like arrangers. So when Joni plays the bass, she's not coming at it from a bass player so much, but more of an orchestrator, and more of a, what part do we need here? Not how, what can I fit into this little place, which is, I think, a real benefit to this being I didn't really play much guitar before I met Nicola as far as electric. I played a lot of acoustic, but it's the same thing, but being like a song orchestration, composer mind, I think helps the songs. And we've always been more of a song band than a shredder band.
Right. Although you do shred. You totally shred. And Nicola, do you play other instruments too?
No, unlike Joni and Lisa have been lifelong musicians and professional musicians. I played when I was younger, but I don't teach music. I'm a homeroom teacher, math, social studies, science.
I see.
So I in my early 20s, walked away for a long time, and then realized that something was really missing. Mm-hmm. So when I started playing the drums again, it was, I started by playing in another band, but I also started taking lessons again, and it was really fun to pick it up, but as an older person. Because
so what do your students think of the fact that you all you do shred? I know
they have rock stars for teachers, so come on.
Do they know, first of all? I mean, how old are they? How old are your students?
They're elementary age.
Okay, so up to say 10 or
up to 12.
12.
Well, and also a lot of the kids who we've had in the past we continue to see them all the way up through high school and beyond. And at first, all of us are very protective of our relationship with the kids. Mm-hmm. And that's, and being being musicians is actually really complementary to teaching. Mm-hmm. And so at first we kind of kept it compartmentalized because we were protective of our relationship. But then the kids' parents would catch wind. I mean, we are in Hollywood. This is not, there's a lot of interconnectedness.
Yeah.
and they started coming to our shows, and then the kids started showing up wearing our band gear, and they're saying, "Oh,
Leeza, I think you were one of those. Sorry.
I was in one of those shows.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were one of those. Yeah.
and they said, "Oh, I listened to drunk creepy guy on the way to school today," and you're like, "Oh, that's really bad." And so
it's true.
But we leave those judgment calls up to the parents. They know how to make the right decisions for their kids. But and honestly, now we're less compartmentalized about it. We're very likely to share with our students what our experience has been because we're asking them to take risks and put themselves out there. Like Nicholas said this a bunch of times. We're asking them to put themselves out there and to take risks. And it's important that they understand that we're doing that very thing and asking the same thing of them. And there's something really, I just wanted to add something to what Leeza said earlier, and Nicola, that being brand new at an instrument or even coming back to it after a very long time, there's something super liberating about that. Yeah. There's no expectation. If something is brand new to you, there's no expectation that you're going to be amazing at it, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have to worry about being an incredible bass player because I'm starting at zero. So then I can just enjoy the getting better part. And I think I realized through the process of joining this band how much I actually loved the getting better part, not being a certain way, but actually getting to that point. There's no pressure to be amazing. I can just enjoy it. And it's been very...
On stage, you guys look like you are totally enjoying yourselves. And you really are having fun up there. And I've seen you guys many times. And in fact, by the way, you guys all played my birthday, my Leeza Palooza birthday party. So thank you guys for that. But, little beef there. So I had one of my friends there at the birthday, and I said, "Why didn't you bring, her daughter?" And she said, "Well, because on the invite it said no small children." And I went, "Oh no, oh my God!" And then I realized that's why nobody brought their kids. They actually thought that I was telling them, "Don't bring."
Oh no!
Yes, and I'm like, "No, you guys." I had like apple juice. I had all sorts of like kid food items and drinks because I expected, bring so-and-so. And then they were like, "Oh, but you said don't bring any children." I'm like, "No, that was the band. The band, no small children."
Oh no. That happened at Topanga when we played Topanga Days. Remember that? And people were calling asking, can we bring our kids? What's this about?
Yeah,
the festival.
No children.
I think we have to just ask people to, when we're playing those types of things, maybe just ask people to qualify it. The band, no small children.
The band, or no small children.
The band name.
A band name. So anyway, I just thought it was fun. Anyway, you guys rocked it. And like I said, you could play anywhere. And it wasn't until I saw the playback of the video that I realized how freaking cold it was. It was in December, and I could see
cold.
I could see your breath coming out, and because I was dancing, I didn't feel the cold. I was really, and also of course, I had on like pants and a jacket, whatever. But I can see you guys up there freezing. So again, thank you guys so much for coming out and freezing at my birthday.
I love how you had the green tent, like the green room in the backyard.
Of course,
where all the band was hanging out.
I would give anything to be freezing on stage right now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Right, I know. Okay, so tell me about your streaming, your live shows. I know they're streaming. So it's the what was it called? The Stay at Home tour.
Yes.
Stay at home.
So tell me about that.
Home tour, but we actually didn't stream live. We're completely set up to stream live. In fact, that's before there was COVID. That's what we had spent December, January, and into February perfecting the sound, because we wanted to host more streaming shows, but we wanted it to sound good. So we got our studio all set up, and we're doing this while working full time and touring and playing gigs. So it took us a long time. And then the day we finally got the whole
literally, Nicola, the day. That was the last time we were together. Yeah.
Oh man.
We had the room, everything was perfect, and then we couldn't see each other again. So we still haven't played music for 5 months together.
Okay, so you haven't but you have played in your own you've joined each other via Zoom doing a song,
Yeah.
or however you're.
And it's been, I have to say, like, all of us are really conscientious about being safe. And that is, you know, something that's been really important to all of us. And anybody who knows how much we love playing live music, and more importantly, being together. Nicola and Lisa, there's no human beings on the planet, with maybe the exception of my husband, that I spend more time with. And I went from seeing them every single day at school and at rehearsal to not seeing them at all. And it was not an easy decision, but it was the right
nice.
thing. Yeah, shut it, Pimentel. But it's been actually, you know, very hard to not play live music together. But, you know, what are you going to do in this situation, right? We could either just say, oh, we'll put everything on hold. But we decided not to do that and move in a different direction and not look at it as, oh, this is a less than or plan B or watered down version. We're going to do something fun and different and new until we can get back to playing live shows again. And the Stuck at Home tour is just a series of us generating content together apart and producing fun videos and new music, and we're finding creative ways to collaborate with each other that we maybe didn't do before. It became a forcing function.
I know Lisa mainly writes the lyrics, correct?
It depends. Joni's been writing a lot lately too. So
okay. And then
that we've been writing, like we had we remastered Then It Broke, which is a video is being made for that right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have a song that we're releasing tomorrow called Teacher, which I will probably get to that. But it'll be up on YouTube and Spotify and everywhere tomorrow. And that one we did completely, you know, we just emailed tracks to each other. In the video, we worked with David Fertello. He helped us put that video together. But what we did, should we talk about this now, the teacher video?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what we did was, because, you know, I'm just so like, it's heartbreaking to see, you know, the way that the educators across the country are being considered, you know, like not being part of the conversation, being pushed into things that they're very uncomfortable with, really unsafe places without having a voice in the whole thing. Mm-hmm. We're lucky we're going back virtual, but it just feels like we just wanted to reach out to people and just like, you know, like stick together. Like in times like this, sticking together makes you feel better. I know that's how I feel. And so we just reached out to every teacher we know and said, do you know any teachers? And we got as far as England. You know, we probably got, I don't know, 100, 120 pictures, stills of teachers, most of them in their school uniform, or their t-shirt, into this video mixed with us, you know, doing a lot of footage from our live shows and whatnot. But it felt really good to write that because it's just so disheartening. To the disrespect and that goes along with all of that and feeling powerless. Nicole, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess and then the other part of it is every teacher we know, they want to be there in this time for their students. They want to do what they can and be part of nurturing and educating and connecting with students. So that every teacher's having to do that, but in a completely different way than they ever have before, whether it's remote or a hybrid, or in person, but with social distancing. Everybody's rewriting the script on how to do it. And so it's also just a nod out to everybody as they start their school year. And yeah, it's going to be a ton of work, and we know everybody's heart's in it, and we're with you.
Yeah,
and absolutely. I also think it's a reminder that teachers are still the same people we were in March when everyone we're like, oh, the teachers are so amazing. And now once their people's kids went home and they had to actually, you know, provide some home support, everybody realized, wow, this is really hard.
Yeah.
And they had a great appreciation, and all over social media, you saw people saying, teachers deserve $1 million and you know, and the truth is we're still those same people. Teachers everywhere are still those same people that were in March. And none of us got into education to teach this way. I
feel like the music that you're doing is an outlet to help. I mean, like, Do you think it's more of a hobby and a break from teaching, or do you use it to kind of further your teaching agenda? You know what I mean?
I don't think there's an agenda. It's just more like, as a songwriter or songwriters, we're just, you just write what's on your mind. Things come out that, if you try to orchestrate it too much, it doesn't really sound right.
Right.
So you just write stuff that, that it just kind of pours out of you, and then you read it and you go, oh yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
And it's more like that. There's not really an agenda to it. But the song's like a rockin' punky song. It's definitely in your face, old school NSC.
And it's definitely not a hobby.
No, but I mean, it's really
No.
important. I mean, as a teacher, it's really important to be a person of passion and to be excited about life and to be genuine about that, because that's where you inspire and motivate the kids in the classroom, and you live it, and it's real, and then you create an environment that sees what makes the children or learners feel that way about themselves.
Right.
But you have to feel it yourself. I mean, we have this one life, right? So this is for us what makes us live.
Right. Well, I was saying, because say songs like KMA, Kiss My Ass, is that a way of just purging the stuff that's on your mind and in your heart, to get it out of your system, and is that what you're doing there, or how does it?
It's kind of. I mean, it's like you walk around, something happens, you're like, God, you kiss my ass, and you say that, and then next thing you know, I really need a chorus. How about that? Kiss my ass, I was feeling, and it's like, and then start thinking of all the people you want to say, you can kiss my ass to, and then you write some verses to go around it. So it's somewhat orchestrated, but really, yes, it comes from moments like that where you're like,
it's whatever you think it is, Leeza. Whatever you think it's about that.
Yeah.
There you go.
A lot of our songs come out of conversations. So, at school, we'll be on, let's say we'll see each other in the hallway and we'll talk about music, but at band practice, we'll find ourselves talking about school, and all of a sudden we'll find ourselves talking about the same thing over and over again. And all of a sudden it's a song. One day we were in the music studio and we were all complaining about our husbands. It's a song.
Have you ever taken a line that, say, one of the kids have said and used it in a song? Have the kids said something that's so funny or ridiculous that you've used it in a song?
I can't think of anything off, but that's a good idea.
Yeah.
There you go.
I definitely know it's something has come out of, we interact with families and, feelings from all the different interactions we've had with we have to deal with so many people in a day. And I know that interaction has inspired songs.
Excellent. So I'm getting the timer coming up right now.
It just said it said it went upgraded to unlimited.
It did?
That's what it said. That's what it said, yeah.
It's upgraded? Oh, yay. So it's not going to cut off. I just wanted to warn you guys in case it cut off.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, you have a long career that I have been following probably for the last, I don't know, at least 10 years. I don't know. Does that sound about right?
8.
8 years.
This
Okay.
is our 8th year.
And within those 8 years, you guys have done a lot of stuff. You've done songs for films. You've released records, and you've been able to keep it together, keep it tight, and you keep going. What are things, when you look back, things that you're kind of proud of, or you feel like, that was a step that you took that kind of got you to the next step, like a big leap that took you to the next step?
Lisa, can you talk about the whole rung thing? I think that's you talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when we were first starting off, it was a lot of it was about, we really thought about this, is that instead of thinking outward, we're going to focus inward. We're going to focus on ourselves and our instruments together and our songs and our relationship and, our outfits even. And we're just going to focus from the inside out. As a starting, because if we feel the energy,
right,
it'll be, people want to be part of it. And that was like a conscious decision to do that. And then, I mean, for me, it's a philosophy about the whole rung thing, about, I've always thought that you've got to workshop yourself, you know. And so we started out. Started playing at Silly's over in Winnetka, the deep Winnetka, at this bar called Silly's, which was, I mean, it was Silly's. I don't know what to say. I won't talk about it. But we you know, where it's like, place is awful. Let's do a residency here. So it's like we did a residency and we built ourselves up, and then people started wanting to be part of it.
Right.
And then we expanded from there. But, you know, the whole idea is that, you know, you workshop it as you go. You know, you don't just play a showcase at the Troubadour,
Right.
you know, which is a lot, you know, and I've done that too.
And the residencies are mainly to build an audience and maybe kind of get your craft more honed. Is that
just be it just feels like it's really you. It's authentic,
right?
And people that come to see you love you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not, you know, you're not calling your friends to, oh, please come and see me. So
Right.
I have 5 people at the club so I can, so they ask us back. You know, it's more like just people come out.
Right.
Because they want to be part of it. And then next thing you know, you got a vibe and you have a community.
Yeah.
So like when we play now in LA, we have a community that comes out every single time. And we know it's going to be so much fun to see everyone, and, you know.
And that's another thing is, okay, you guys are adorable on stage. Your outfits, your hairstyles, everything. You guys got it down. So who came up with that cute kind of pinup girl idea?
They tell me what to wear.
Yeah. Well, you know, there was, I think that from early on, it just, it started as just trying to create an extra point of interest, right? When somebody, and that there is a certain dichotomy between this cute, playful dress and this very loud, edgy, hard music, right?
Right.
And that was interesting. And then, but honestly, we started off saying we want to, like Leeza was saying, we want to dress alike. We were thinking of it almost like it's a uniform, right? It's not an outfit or a costume. It's our uniform.
Uh-huh.
It's something that says, we walk in a club in this pinup girl style dress. Someone says, all right, I've seen 3 women all wearing this same dress. Something's going to happen here. I don't know what it is, but I bet it's going to be cool. So let me stick around and check it out. And so that ended up being the next thing. And I think it just, stylistically, it just something that we also liked and it looked good on us. And we also happened to get a sponsorship from Pinup Girl Clothing, which didn't.
I was going to say, yeah. So then you got the sponsorship, which is awesome.
Yeah. It's fun. Getting dressed up is fun.
It's great. And you guys, and you own it. I think it really helps you on stage too, because you then, because it's not a costume, like you said, it's more of a kind of like your work clothes. I'm going to work now. I'm going to get up on stage and I'm going to rock this house down because I'm dressed for it, right?
It also makes it a lot easier to make decisions about what to wear.
Yes.
It's more like, okay, tonight we're going to wear this and tonight we're going to wear that. And yeah.
That's great.
All the shows, I mean, we've played so many. We only once came each wearing a different dress.
Oh, wow.
So it got to the point where we had too many of the same colors, too many with stripes or polka dots, too many. So we'll send a text with it now.
Yeah.
Just
With a picture of it.
Yeah.
Because you can't just say, I'll just wear the red polka dot or the red stripe, because we have like, my closet, you should see my closet. It's right there. It's full
Oh my gosh.
of dresses.
So I happened to be at the theater where they were doing the Ghostbusters premiere. And I had no idea because it was the premiere. I didn't know any information about it. And I just happened to be there. And in walk 3 hot ladies in red tight dresses. And I was like, what are you guys doing here? So then, you guys did the song for Ghostbusters. So I know that came on because you had a connection. Was it with Paul Feig?
It was kind of go ahead, Nicola, if you want to.
So well, this is actually what happened. So it was Halloween. This is I'll try to make this short. It was Halloween.
It's a fun story, though.
Show like we do all the time. And we knew that Ghostbusters was coming out about 8 months later. So we said, and with all women. So we said, well, just for fun, why don't we go as Ghostbusters and we'll learn the cover song. And it turns out when you play on Halloween and you play Ghostbusters.
Who are you going to call?
Everybody knows what to do.
Right.
So we had so much fun in the club that night. We thought, let's go ahead and record this and see what happens. Because maybe we'll just we'll just send it out there. You never know.
Mhm.
And so we recorded it, and we were happy with it. And we knew one of the composers on it, but it doesn't mean you
Right.
just have to put a ton of stuff out there. It's what we do all the time. Like, we're constantly saying, oh, well, in 6 months, this is happening. We want to do this. Let's try. And we're just constantly doing that. So 6 months later, we got an 11th hour call saying, we just got this. Paul Feig just heard it. He's decided, even though the soundtrack's closed, we're going to open it up, and you need a lawyer, and we need to make this happen in an hour.
Yeah, we had to get a lawyer first.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to negotiate the.
Yeah, because at that point we didn't have anything that big.
And so that led to Paul Feig using you guys again for a simple plan, right?
Simple favor.
When you sang "Laissez tomber les filles" because nobody else knew French, right?
They called and said they're like so I usually Erica Weiss, she's a music supervisor, and she's the one I usually talk to because I'm like the studio's at my house. So she calls, she goes, yeah, Paul really wants you to do this song. The only problem is it's in French. And I said, that's great. Our drummer can speak French. Nicola knows French. So it's like, Nicola, I'm like, Nicola, you got to sing this one.
And Nicola's debut on vocals was in a major motion picture.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. And such a great song. I love that one. It's a
great one.
I mean, I love all your songs, of course, but.
The video for that song is one of my favorites that we have.
Oh,
it's all actually Lisa and Nicola are in wigs, and I'm just poofed my hair out, but it was like, it just cracks me up every time I watch it.
And we made it with an iPhone. That's the best part of it. Like, we made it like in our practice space with an iPhone, and Joni edited it all together.
In 3 hours. It's our fastest, least expensive video.
Wow.
That don't include just stills of other people. And it's our most viewed video.
I watched that movie because of the song. Like, I didn't find out about the song because of the movie. I went, oh, No Small Children have done a song for a movie. I better watch that movie. So
That's good.
They better thank you guys for bringing an audience to them.
It was good. Wasn't it good, that movie?
Great. I love Anna.
So good.
Like, I didn't even know who she was until that movie. And then I'm like, I love this girl. She's great. So I'll watch her in anything now. I think she's fantastic. So do you guys have any film projects coming up that you guys are doing music for that maybe might be a secret, but you're going to reveal it to me right now?
We're not going to reveal it right now, but we do have a song potentially in a Christmas movie. We can't say any more than that.
All right.
Because we don't even know if it's going to happen. So, but it's in the running right now. So that's the thing. Like Nicola said, you just put stuff out.
You never know.
People are getting back to you. Yeah. But the thing is, when they call, you've got to be like right back at them.
Yeah.
Because the door closes right away.
And you guys are set up, so it's all good.
Yeah,
all
totally.
Good, right?
And
so now we're gonna get to. I'm gonna play teacher, right? And is there anything else? Before I go, I want you to let everybody know where they can reach you. Which social media or websites or how, are you on iTunes, things like that. So give it all away.
We're in all of that. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, also our website. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And is it all just No Small Children, or is there like a dash or an underscore?
No Small Children.
Just No Small Children, simple, yeah?
For everything, for our Twitter, our Facebook,
Instagram
website,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Our website, though, we have all this new merch that's pretty rad.
Yes.
Oh, right on.
It's we have mugs for lefties or righties.
Ooh,
and as well as underpants, t-shirts.
Oh.
Yes.
Underpants.
Hoodies.
I'm definitely getting online for that. I'm definitely going to check that out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cool.
The crazy thing is, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the only thing is that because I like I don't have the stuff here. So if I'm like, oh, this is so great. But if I want it, I have to buy it off the thing because none of the stuff is here. So.
You have to buy them. That's
Yeah.
great. Hey,
But it's better. So I'm not, you're not tempted to give stuff away to all your friends. So.
that's good. Yeah.
And it's ecological too.
We do have new music coming out, so we have several new songs in the studio right now. So one that we're super psyched about that we've been working on for a while, but we decided other things took priority. And then we also have a children's album that we're working on.
Oh, cool.
Well, and just to it's not just for children. It just means that that parents can listen along with their kids and not
families.
Their own
for families.
Family entertainment.
Yes.
It's an album or is it an audio book?
It'll be an EP when it's done.
Okay. Yeah. An EP. Got it.
Maybe we should make an audio book. We should make an audio book.
You should totally. Like have a little story in between, right? And then song, like a musical, but like an audio book.
It'll be like bloop, 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 bloop.
We should ask Keisha to do comics.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. Okay, so let's.
I know, right?
We're gonna say. I'm gonna say thank you to all three of you fine ladies. Thank you for joining me. And
Can I say one thing about you, Leeza?
Oh,
because we appreciate you so much. You're. I mean, you do so much for us, but you do so much for music. You've been doing this for a long time, and you always show up, and you're always so excited about what's happening and who can you connect so and so to, and you're always thinking, and you're always so gracious, and you're always so I don't know. We just adore you. I just wanted you to know that.
You support the music and the musicians.
Yeah, well,
awesome.
you know what? I just love, and I've never been one of those type of people that like something because people are talking about it. I'll find something, and even if nobody's heard about it, if I like it, I like it. So I tend to, that's how I kind of find a lot of bands, and some of the bands end up being very successful, and some of them are just in my wheelhouse, and I love them, and my listeners love them, and I get a lot of great feedback too, and I'm like, I feel kind of pleased and happy with myself, like, look, I found these gals, right? And look at how many people are enjoying them and loving them, and I feel like, I've done my duty as a music person to kind of share the kind of great music that you guys are putting out there and that I get to enjoy. So I love coming to your shows. I love all the energy and I love all the songs. You guys are such great song crafters, great hooks. Like nobody writes hooks like you guys.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys are great at that. I mean, that is like, I think one of your strong points, and you can't help but dance. You can't sit back and be cool at a No Small Children show. They go to your show. It's not going to be like this listening. They're going to be going wild, right? So no, I love you guys, and I'm again so grateful to have stumbled on you via my son, who had you guys as teachers. So it all worked out. So I should be thanking him too.
Well, thank him for us.
I will thank him.
Yeah.
So, all right. So thanks again, guys. I'm going to be playing your music right now. And I'll be hopefully catching up with you guys in the near future.
Thanks, Leeza.
Throw me in, okay?
Definitely.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.